What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. I'm going to say something on the channel today that I have never said ever before and probably will never say ever again. Joe Biden is very impressive in one accomplishment, and it's an accomplishment that he promised us that he would make. Joe Biden said he would develop the greatest voter fraud organization that anybody has ever known or seen here in this country. He said so on camera, and hot damn, has Joe Biden delivered.
We have put together, and you guys did it for our administration, the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Okay, so that's Joe Biden's literal words. We have put together the most extensive voter fraud organization in the history of politics. I am not wrong for quoting the guy. Maybe he's wrong for what he's doing to our electoral systems here in America because our elections are broken. Another judge in another state has now thrown out and nullified an election because of fraud. Ladies and gentlemen, a judge in Louisiana has now said that a election that was decided by a single vote is illegal and must be thrown out, and we got to do a new election. This is incredible, and this is happening all across the country. Let's begin. Scott Pressler, one of the best out there, saying, remember when I posted about the recount in Louisiana that was won by one vote? Well, a judge just ruled the election is void. Justice Bletch said that 11 illegal votes were cast and counted, and an election with one vote deciding the factor, well, can't have that. So now judges are throwing out broken elections. Oh, I remember a president who wanted this to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump over to the local news to read the details. Judge makes ruling in Caddo Parish Sheriff recount. Caddo Parish is, of course, the county in Louisiana where this sheriff's election took place. Retired Louisiana Supreme Court Justice. Oh, so he's a Supreme Court Justice for Louisiana? So this judge is a big deal. His name is Joseph Bletch. He made a ruling in the election lawsuit filed by Caddo Parish Sheriff candidate John Nicholson. He's the guy who lost, the Republican who lost by one vote. That ruling came down on Tuesday, December 5th. The judge ruled that the results of the November 18th runoff election, in which Henry Whitehorn defeated Nicholson by one vote, is declared void. The judge threw it out. Further order that a new runoff election shall be conducted. It is expected that Whitehorn's team will appeal the decision. The ruling states it's proven beyond any doubt that there were at least 11 illegal votes cast and counted, and it is legally impossible to know what the true vote should have been. The ruling goes on to highlight the following irregularities. 2 people voted twice. At least 5 votes by absentee mail-in ballot, which should not have been counted for failure to comply with the law. 4 individual votes cast by interdicted persons who were unqualified voters. The judge states the new runoff election is necessary not only for candidates, but also to ensure the public's right to attain the election results. Wow. Incredibly based. Here is the actual ruling. This is the actual ruling by the judge. Good for him. Goodness gracious. It is so wonderful to see. It's amazing how we were told that none of this ever happened. We were told that all elections were safe and secure in America. And yet, election after election after election seems to be thrown out. This is our original coverage, the original local news report. Voting irregularities include 2 people voting twice in Caddo election. Again, here in Louisiana. Now, this is happening in a red state where there seems to be fraud. It does, of course, benefit the Democrat who was running, who won by one vote. Judge nullifies Louisiana election race. Democrat won by one vote after discovering fraudulent ballots. Yes, they always discover them. Ladies and gentlemen, this is happening in a red state. What about in blue states? Well, the same thing is happening. Same result. Democrat wins. This time in a Democrat mayoral primary in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Connecticut judge sets new primary date for mayor's race tainted by ballot stuffing. So you will recall Wanda the stuffer wandered up with her garbage bag full of ballots and then stuffed those ballots into the mailbox. Then Wanda decided to do a lap before going back for more. Ladies and gentlemen, the judge saw this footage Wanda didn't have anything to say, pled the fifth, and the judge threw out the election. This happened inside of a blue state here, according to the AP. Let's read. Bridgeport, Connecticut judge has set a new date for the Democratic primary elections in Bridgeport's mayoral race, having tossed out the September election because of ballot stuffing. Judge William Clark issued the order on Friday after the mayor and the challenger agreed on a new date. Clark also ruled for a new general election if needed. Clark's order also includes specific procedures to be followed in the new primary, including marking absentee ballot applications and having people not receive their ballots with the words Dropbox on them. This is really important, ladies and gentlemen. What have we said again and again and again when it comes to the broken systems of our elections? Unaccountable drop boxes and mail-in voting is the death of American democracy. We've said this again and again, and just to prove to you that we don't really care about the outcomes, we actually care about the security of our elections. We're Republicans, okay? We're Republicans. I'm a conservative. I'm used to losing. We want to lose or win fair and square. Here's a Republican that was found guilty on 52 counts of voter fraud from Iowa. Kim Taylor, wife of an Iowa County supervisor, was found guilty on 52 counts of voter fraud, including a months-long case to interfere in the 2020 election. Federal prosecutors said Taylor attempted to generate votes in the 2020 primary general election in Iowa in order to help her husband win. This guy's a Republican. I think that's just as evil, maybe more evil. Here, let's pop on over here to Springfield, Massachusetts, where there's literally videotape of people getting paid to vote. Springfield mayoral election in controversy over voter fraud allegations. There's videotape of people getting paid to vote outside of the polling station. And then there's sworn affidavits by poll watchers. I heard people saying, "Where's my payment?" And I was promised $10 to vote for people, to vote for the specific mayoral candidate, Justin Hurst. This guy. Doesn't he look like a scumbag? Doesn't look like a scumbag. Like these people. There's video footage of individuals dropped off in a black Suburban and a black Expedition, and they enter City Hall. They voted and left in the same vehicle. At one point in the footage, two women and a man can be seen showing the man their red, white, and blue shirt, the I voted sticker on the shirt. The man then takes out what appears to be a large bundle of cash and peels out bills to hand to each person. They're so dirty. These people are so dirty. It's the same operation everywhere. Unaccountable mail-in ballots, unmanned drop boxes. So bad is the election fraud that even CNN can capture it in red states. Watch.
Ballot drop box in Cuyahoga County, Ohio. You can see this woman right here casting her vote. Did you vote for Reagan or Jimmy Carter?
Carter.
Carter, okay. We don't want to get too personal with people here, but you can see there's actually a traffic jam. We can come around this way and you can see there are cars.
Look at that. You see the lady? The lady sitting there, not only does she say she votes for Jimmy Carter, look at the stack of ballots she's got shoving in. No, there sure is an archetype, too, to the ballot stuffer. Always a lady in a minivan with fistfuls, a garbage bag full of ballots. Interesting that. I wonder who's responsible for setting up that system. Sure, it'd be nice to have a press that actually asks real questions. This from the Gateway Pundit made huge news a month ago. Gateway Pundit saying that there was a massive 2020 fraud in Michigan, including 800,000 ballot applications sent to non-qualified voters. This is according to the former Secretary of State in Michigan. 800,000. Joe Biden, we pulled the numbers, only won Michigan by like 100,000 votes. So 800,000 illegal voters. Got it. Bags of prepaid gift cards, guns with silencers, burner phones. The FBI is now looking into this one. Ladies and gentlemen, the FBI should be looking into all of this. It should be the biggest problem in America. Again, more than 43,000 people went to the polls for a Louisiana election. A candidate won by one vote. No, he won because of fraud. That is what a judge has now ruled. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are we seeing across the country? Well, the total decay and the total erosion of confidence in American elections. You can't keep running a system like this. Voting machine trouble in Pennsylvania County triggers alarm ahead of 2024. What happened in Pennsylvania? The voting machines switched the votes. Yes, I know. This isn't InfoWars. This is Politico. I hope you're sitting down. I hope you've eaten your lunch. The 2019 election was the first time in Northampton, this is the county in Pennsylvania, used the touchscreen voting systems, electronic voting systems. That year, a programming glitch caused the machines to significantly undercount votes for a Democrat candidate. I don't care. Doesn't matter the candidate. Democrat wins, Democrat loses, Republican wins, Republican loses. Election fraud, broken elections are evil, and it erodes the entire face in any system at all. This past election, now, people were getting their votes switched. Listen to this. Northampton residents who showed up at their local polling station found the printouts from the same devices did not match the votes that they had submitted for down ballot judges, meaning the election machines switched the votes. Pennsylvania voting machines peak mistrust after voting machines glitch for the second time. How many times does this have to happen? How many times does it have to happen? Direct impact of error was minimal, they say. Caused a lot of confusions. People don't trust the machines. 2 election day voting machines issues in 4 years. Paper ballots, same day elections, and, ladies and gentlemen, you must always, always have a mark on the ballot. You must always, always have a system in place in order to ensure, like, look at these people. These are the people that just rubber stamped the Northampton vote count, in spite of the fact that machines were switching votes. Paper ballots, marks on the ballots, coding the ballots, and then having people vote in person. It's really hard to hack that system. You know what is easy to hack? These systems. Check this out. Constitutional challenge to Georgia voting machines set for trial early next year. An Obama judge said that these voting machines, Amy Totenberg's her name, said that electronic voting machines violate the Constitution. Insanity, ladies and gentlemen. She says that it is unconstitutional. So now in Georgia, they may have to potentially change all of their voting systems because the judge is effectively saying, like, these machines connected to the internet should not be allowed. They are not secure. Elon Musk, of course, has weighed in saying, wait a second, he quote tweeted us and saying, judge orders new election in Connecticut when town showed ballot stuffing in drop boxes. That happened. It's beyond a reasonable doubt. The only question is how common it is. Well, we have an answer for you, Elon. Very common, in fact. This is the Heritage Foundation election fraud cases database, and it shows you all of the election fraud in the country. Case after case after case, year after year after year. All across America, in every single state. Red states, blue states, doesn't matter. Voter fraud. Voter fraud. Every single state. And it's always the same thing. Fraudulent use of absentee ballots, fraudulent use of absentee ballots, false registration, ineligible voting, duplicate voting. Well, that's what they're getting. That's what's happening here in Louisiana. What's happening here in Louisiana is there was duplicate voting, fraudulent voting, and illegal use of absentee ballots. And it may have cost someone an election, the Republican an election. It's time for the Republican Party to get deeply serious about this issue. I don't want to see elections overturned or thrown out. I want to see people trusting our election processes. I don't want to see ballots stolen or elections rigged. I don't want to see Joe Biden and the greatest voter fraud organization ever created in American history. I don't want that. And I don't want there to be a system that guarantees Republicans win all the time. I want elections to simply be fair. That's it. And every person in America should want that. If you care at all about the future of this place. But too often, the only thing people care about is power. And that's the place that we're at right now. Power and power unlimited. And it's going to lead to a breaking of this place. And I don't want that, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't care who it benefits. Secure our elections. Stay based. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Judge, for throwing out broken and rigged elections. See ya.